Good morning. So we are out at the Acreage garden and Hermit and I are trying to get organized, and it is way harder than I thought it would possibly be. We just don't want to repeat the same mistakes as last year. I feel like we're just going to repeat them again, even though we're trying really hard not to. So today we're just going to take you along for the ride and kind of show you our planning process. We're going to do a little bit of cleanup in these beds, maybe a little bit of tilling. We want to move towards no-till, but I think everything is just so awful right now that we have to do one last till and yeah, enjoy our crazy day.
Hey, what?
Those boots are your filming boots.
Those boots are your filming boots.
Michael's shoes. My shoes. I definitely bought better shoes along.
These aren't perennials, are they?
No, those are the huckleberries. Had them in the garden at home for like the last 3 years, but they drop a lot of seeds and they'll come back.
Really woody stuff. It's not going to break down very easily. So I feel like we need to have it in somewhere.
I think we need another compost pile, or like start a new compost pile, fill up your mom's something.
Or burn it.
Burn it!
Dad's trellising techniques to use with crop.
Boo. So as we're going through the garden, Michael keeps finding these tags and he blames me. He blames me bitterly.
It's not me putting them in.
But if you put the wood ones in, they don't, like, they decompose and then you don't know what you have.
Well, that's the problem with plastic. It never decomposes.
There's got to be a better way, right?
I guess if I feel like I'll
Yeah, that's true.
just go around the yard collecting all the deer poop. Throw it on the afterward. We still have frozen ground on.
Oh dear. So I guess this is not going to be perfect.
We have raspberries coming up here still.
I feel like we should just dig those out.
Like all the way from here to here, I want wood chips. Big wood chip.
Right.
So it's ideally don't know to stop any grass from growing here. But it is still frozen, I can't say that. Today's plan is to pull out all of this dead plant matter off the top and get it ready for tilling, I suppose. Maybe get some of the wood chips out of the walkway so it doesn't all get broken up into it. That's enough for onion in there?
Yeah, this was actually a half decent onion and we missed it.
Oh, so how about this one?
Let's see. Do you want to pull it?
Oh, it's dead though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's mushy. Oh well.
This way. There's some. So this property is my mom's place. She's got 4 acres, about 2 acres, which could be turned into a garden. We just have a small area of that tilled up. Last year we tried to do a garden here, but since we don't live here, it was really hard to come out and put the amount of work that it takes to get it going in, especially since we had a baby.
I also think we severely underestimated the amount of prep work that would need to be done, like the amount of compost that we would need. We kind of knew there would be a lot of weeds, but yeah, there was weeds. Yeah, it just really got away on us, and I don't know, but we had to try.
So this year we're going to try to spend more time up front on our prep work. So the plan today is to try to pull out all this the dead plant matter on top, get it ready for one last till, and after that till is to cover everything with a tarp so that if any weed seeds germinate, that they'll die off before it's time for us to plant our regular crops. This year we're building a caterpillar tunnel to keep our tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers in. Last year they really suffered from the high winds we get here and the inconsistent watering that we did. So to go along with that caterpillar tunnel, I'll be building an irrigation system on a timer, so at the very least it'll get a regular watering even if I'm not here.
It was also a really cold year last year, and even like our crop was awful, but a lot of other people's crops were awful too. So we're also just hoping for a better growing year. I think already it's still a lot warmer April than it normally is. I have some cold seasoned vegetables that I could actually feasibly put in the ground now if our soil was ready. But I'm just going to hold off a little bit more because we do sometimes get surprised, like -20 or surprise, -30. You just don't know.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us. Part of our lessons I think we learned last year is that you can definitely bite off more than you can chew. So my hope is that we stick to maybe a smaller footprint and just be more productive. But we have a lot of seeds started, so
what can I say?
We might make the same mistake again.
We're probably going to get out to May long weekend when it's time to sow everything, and we'll just have it all filled up again because it's so hard not to.
If I could get it done today, I'd like to have a better compost storage system set up. We're lucky that the city here provides free compost, and I know now that I need to grab at least twice as much as I did last year. So I'd like to build a better storage place for it using, I have piles of pallets that I can build some bays for that and wood chips, and try to get into a much deeper compost mulch system. Last year I only got maybe a couple inches on top. This year I really want to get that 5-6 inches of compost and use that to really suppress any weeds.
I think when you're a beginner or you've watched a lot of videos on YouTube about this, but you haven't actually done it yourself, it just seems like so much compost, and how can you possibly need that much compost? But you know, if your soil is kind of poor, you really do need that much compost.
Let's get to work.
So that is it for today. We are done. We were able to till up all of this here behind me. So now when the hermit goes to put up the caterpillar tunnel and we can haul compost next week, we can cover it all with the covers. We're just set up, and I can't even believe that we're able to do this. It's April 6th when I'm recording it. Normally in Saskatchewan, like, it's not warm enough to do this type of stuff yet. And then the soil here is pretty sandy, so it's not wet, and it was like perfectly fine to till. I think if you have more clay soil, or if you live somewhere else that's just experiencing a colder spring, then you still have lots of time. Like, please, this is, those of you who are following me for timing to do stuff in zone 3, like, just know that this is very unusual that we would be able to do stuff this early. So I'm exhausted. I had 2 babies back to back, so I'm like super out of shape, but it's good. It's good. Gardening is going to be great for me this year. All right, so that's pretty much all for today. If you also live in a cold climate with a short growing season, you'll definitely want to hit that like and subscribe button. Every single day on Instagram and Facebook, I post about what I'm doing, either here out in the acreage or at our actual house in the city. And I hope you'll join us next time. Bye-bye. Okay, fine.
Let's get to work.
Okay, you want to come say hi?
Hi, I'm Dominic.
Subscribe,
yes.
Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell.
And bye, homies.
See you, little buddy.
Goodbye, sweetie.
Bye.